Well, today we have a 2000 Ford Expedition 4.6, and I'll tell you what, harmonics, sometimes the sounds in the engines can really mislead you and guide you in the wrong direction. So at first, hear this, listen to this. That noise, it almost sounded like it was back here. It was kind of a whirling noise, a high-pitched squealing noise. We replaced this not long ago, that solenoid there, and we thought, well, maybe we'll get another problem up here. Maybe this needs to be cleaned out. But first, what kind of led me to that conclusion there was this right here, a P1400 differential pressure feedback EGR low circuit input. So I've checked everything out there, and we're getting voltage to that piece. And earlier we had a sound where it was making like a whoo, whoo noise, and so we replaced this piece out here on top, the silver piece, and that took care of it. So they're driving in 6 months later, and she calls me up and says, "Hey, that noise is back." And I said, "No way." So I took it out, and I kept hearing it. Now I thought, well, wait a minute, it's not coming from up here. After about 5 minutes, I was almost convinced it was up here too, until I saw this code pop up here. And I'm like, okay, well, easy peasy. There's something up there going on. Well, turns out, nope, I was totally wrong. A couple of minutes there, I kept hearing something up here making a noise also. So I took the hose and put on that pulley right there. It's just up to my ear, you know, the old school way. And I can hear the harmonics and the pitch of the sound change in that pulley. So that pulley there was making a noise, making me think that noise was back there. And of course you can use one of these guys. Makes it look like you really think you know what you're doing. But hoses work miracles. All you gotta do is stick it down there while the engine's running, kind of listen, and find your noise. And I think you can kind of hear it now. It's getting kind of worse. Now we have a tensioner and we have the regular pulley. I've already determined that it's the regular pulley right here, and not the tensioner down there. So I've checked that out. So that's really all it is, but still we got to replace this guy here, this DPE sensor, this piece right here. It's not getting any voltage or anything. I've been testing everything, so we'll replace that later. But this here is the main noise, so all we got to do is replace a pulley. And I don't think I can make it do that noise really loud where it'll be picked up on camera. Let me see if I can put it in gear. Maybe it'll do it in gear. It's not doing it too bad, but that there's something we'll have to take care of later. But for now, we got a pulley we've got to replace. So I thought I'd make a quick video on this because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they don't know much about vehicles, and it's a learning process, just like it was for me over the many, many years I've been doing this. So what I got to do is find that pulley there, and you can see it's pitted pretty bad. And let's see, I can actually move that with the belt on. Look at that. So there's a problem. The bottom tensioner seems to be okay. The belt's in good shape, so it looks like this might be a pretty easy job to do. So we'll see if we can find us another pulley and put on there. Hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. All right, so for now we'll put our high-tech machinery indicating toys away and our hose, which works miracles. All right, so I don't confuse a lot of people. The reason we had that noise before, which I didn't touch, is this here was the problem. It was making that whoo sound, and this happens on a lot of these 4.6. This sensor's here, once we replaced it, that noise is gone. It went away, but now, of course, she thought it was this, and I did too, until we did all that. I did all that research. So, got the air cleaner out of the way. I just took the hose off, moved it out of the way. Didn't lose any fluid. Now we have access to that tensioner that tensioner adjuster down there. I can take that, slide this belt off on the alternator, and go ahead and get that pulley off there and see what we got, see how bad it is. Like I said in previous videos, I love doing this stuff for you guys. Because there's a time I didn't know how to do this when I was young. And over the years I learned. So that works pretty good there. We'll break this down like that. Let's see if we can get the belt. I'll slide it off of the say alternator for now. Just enough room to get that off there. Look at that. Wow. Alright, release this. A lot of times if you don't get this at the right angle, when you got to release this handle will hit something up here. And it's kind of hard to get it just right. Alright, so that was pretty easy to do. I'm shocked. And now let's just spin this. Oh wow, that thing's almost locked up. Look at that, it won't even spin. Good find, Nathan. That wouldn't have lasted. Well, that thing's hot too. So I was driving it. So let's go ahead and get that off. Alright, so this here is a 13mm socket, I believe. Yep. Let's go ahead and get this off. Hopefully it should come off fairly easy. Yeah. Alright, there's that. You can get this off, and hopefully we can get another pulley today and a bearing. You could press another bearing in, but it's just as cheap and fast just to buy the whole assembly nowadays. Alright, so let's get this off here. Sorry about the dogs and the motorcycles in the hood. And there's our part, and there's what's bad, and that bearing is shot. It's done, so yay! So let's go see if we can find us another pulley and a bearing. Alright, I'm back, Jack, and before we put this one on, I did check this other tensioner down here. This pulley's fine. No problem there. Feels pretty good. And here's our new one, $43, and a huge difference. I can spin that bearing. Yeah, nice. So all we gotta do is bolt that on, and it looks like we have pretty much a identical pulley here. I need to check the center of this. Let's see. Checked our bolts here. What did I do with the bolt? It's actually down here. Actually, no, I need to stick it on there first and just verify that it goes on. It looks... oh, gee whiz. Yeah, it looks identical, so we'll go ahead and slap it on here. I'll just let the camera roll here. And I think you can kind of see it there. And all that. Perfect. Yes. Yay! Let me check the old one. See how tight it was on there. Yeah, about the same. Yep, about the same. So put our bolt in there, we'll tighten her down, slip our belt on, and we should be good to go. So I'm glad we're fixing this before it gets cold. Let's get our 14mm bolt back in, and these old Expeditions are pretty cool. There's still a lot of them on the road. If you can get one that's got a good body. I wouldn't have one with the 5.4, but if you get one that has good plugs in it and has been changed, they're not that big of a deal. But if you get one that's never had the plugs changed, well, you could run into a problem, but to each their own. So I'm just going to snug it down really good. I'm not sure what the torque specs is, but I'm not too worried about it. It's tight. And there we go. No more noise. Yay. Alright, so I'll go ahead and get this belt on. I'm going to bore you with all that, and we'll come back here and start it up and see just how quiet it's going to be. Everything's tight. That's plugged in, and let's go start her up. Everything's all together, and hopefully it should be nice and quiet. Won't be making that noise anymore. Although I am going to replace that DPPE sensor a little bit later, because it's the right thing to do, because you want the system to run as efficient as you can, especially through the smog system. You don't want to have to take a chance and burn up the catalytic converters. So that's going to turn it up. Oh wow, sounds great. No more noise, yay! 305,000 miles in this baby, still going. So good old changes do. And you can hear how nice it sounds, no more noise. So the whole time I was thinking it was up there, it's almost identical noise. Very nice. So if you got one of these Expeditions, if you ever have this problem, maybe this will help you out. And there's my trouble light. I better grab that before I forget that. Always check to make sure all your tools are out if you're in a hurry. So there you go, guys. Looks like we're done. Thanks for watching this video. And until my next video, guys, I'll see you later.